Kuja, what is sha he wa huh? Source Code, released in 2011 and is directed by Duncan Jones, who has also directed such films like Warcraft, Mute, and Moon, that apparently is set in the same universe, in the same world as this movie, which I guess I don't want to spoil this movie at all, but with how this movie unfolds, that's almost a cheat, because technically then every single movie could play into this universe because of the infinite number of possibilities. I don't know. And this movie is starring Jake Gyllenhaal, Michelle Monaghan, Vera Farmiga, and Jeffrey Wright. U.S. Army pilot Captain Coulter Stevens wakes up on a commuter train to Chicago. The only thing that's weird about this is that the last thing he remembers is flying a mission in Afghanistan, and he later discovers that the body that he woke up in is not his own. Stevens has been recruited by a very, very, very secretive experimental unit of the U.S. Army, and is being used to track down a bomber on this train, all with the intention of proving that their big old program called Source Code works. And it's almost impossible for me to explain how hard it is for me not to go into more detail in this movie, because if I do, it's gonna ruin everything, or it's gonna ruin the journey, which this is one epic, awesome thriller, suspense, sci-fi journey that I don't want to deprive any of you of if you haven't seen this movie, or if you haven't seen it in a long time. I have seen this movie once before, many years ago, and all that I remember was Jake Gyllenhaal was in here and he was in some weird experimental mind-body swapping thing. I had no idea who was who the bomber was, and exactly what this organization was. So this was really like a brand new viewing of it for me, which is strange for me. Usually when I go back and watch a film, I have almost a photographic memory of what I watch. So to go into this movie absolutely knowing that I've seen it before, but not recognizing anyone or anything, I guess it's kind of a good feeling. I say photographic memory, it's not really. I mean, it's pretty damn good when it comes to movies, but anything else in life, when it comes to remembering, this just doesn't work. But what this does work for is Jake Gyllenhaal and his little investigation that he has to do. It's not like he has a choice of doing it or not doing it. He's kind of in a position where you got no other choice. It's either this or something else, and the something else is pretty finite, so I got a feeling we're gonna continue down this path. And watching this movie again, I'm only reminded of how great of an actor Jake Gyllenhaal is, and I had slept on him for so many years. I remember seeing Donnie Darko many years ago and just thinking like, oh, he's kind of this weird-ass kid, I'm not really digging him. And now later on in his career, he's had all of these amazing projects: Southpaw, Nightcrawler, Brokeback Mountain, even this film, Spider-Man Far From Home. He's a brilliant actor. One of those actors that you can call a chameleon, because when he takes on a role, I don't really see Jake Gyllenhaal here. I can tell he is completely dialed into this character. And this is a weird situation because he's almost playing two different characters, or maybe he's playing one character who learns that he has to play this other character because his mind is being put into this other body, and this other body is sitting across the way from Michelle Monaghan's character on the train, so he has to act like he cares, and he's actually seeing her and falling in love with her, even though it's not the person that he's portraying and being implanted into. It's himself that's being done for Michelle. Oh my god, my brain hurts. This film is also weird because I remember trailers for it, and even just me trying to talk about it, it sounds like just a suspense thriller, as if I'm watching like the TV show 24 again. We have an agent who's trying to stop a bomb from going off, and that's just thrilling enough in itself. But there's something else going on here that involves a lot of scientific sci-fi things, kind of dealing with time travel. It's so weird because he keeps going back and forth, goes trying to figure it out, and then the bomb goes off, and then his brain snaps back to his actual body where he's kind of imprisoned, and then they're forcing him to go back in. And that's not really a spoiler, that was in the trailer. It gets much deeper into that, I promise. And for me, whenever you get into time travel in a film, it's hard for this to kind of not ask questions or to analyze things. When you deal with time travel in movies, you have to tell the audience, okay, here are the rules as to our theory or how we conceptualize time and time travel. And if you explain it well enough, I think it's easier for me or for an audience to say, okay, I can go along with this. The trouble is, not with this film, but in other films, when they try to explain time travel and they kind of contradict themselves at certain points, you go, wait a minute, hold on, if that happens, and this what? Come on. And that may or may not happen with the conclusion of this film. Oh god, it's so hard not to spoil it, and I'm not going to. I'm going to stay true to my word and not spoil this damn movie for you. All you need to know is that it is a great suspenseful thriller. Jake Gyllenhaal is great. Michelle Monaghan is also an actress that I've slept on a little bit, but with recent films that I've watched her in, especially like the Mission Impossible franchise, I've actually come to like her and enjoy her a lot. Vera Farmiga is here, and she's always a terrific actress in everything that she's in. You talk about being dialed in. I feel like every line that she's ever said in anything, I feel like she is another character. Up in the Air, the Bates Motel series, everything. And Jeffrey Wright, who plays the director of this secret mission FBI hidden secret division thing, almost playing the villain here, even though he does have good intentions. Out of the four, if there is one that we didn't spend a lot of time with, it was him. But there is enough here to realize what his character is going through and why he is putting Stevens through all of this mental torture, basically. If there was any knock that I can give on this film, I would say that the climax, or maybe like the original climax of the movie, is just a little underwhelming for me. You're seeing the same 8 minutes, the same scenario play out over and over and over again, to the point where you get to the final climax and the final battle and the stopping of the bomb, or at least the attempt of stopping of the bomb. You kind of feel like you've seen it all before, even though this whole film is almost like a first-time viewing for me again. But there is a lot of kudos that needs to be given to all of these background actors and actresses who need to use the same motions and same physical characteristics and use the same tone of voice for everything. Because if Stevens keeps going back to the same 8 minutes and you keep getting different interpretations or different tones or different things that are said, it cannot make sense to the average audience member. So to have all of them do the exact same thing every single time, I think is pretty commendable. Source Code is a great sci-fi film, and I think a lot of people sleep on it when they think back of like the best sci-fi thriller films of the last decade. I think this one needs to be on that list. And I think it's also a hidden gem in the whole filmography of Jake Gyllenhaal, who, again, just impresses, and he's one of those actors that I look forward to seeing in films now. I'm gonna give Source Code 4 out of 5 Blu-rays.
I like it a lot.
Alright everyone, now comes my favorite part of my videos where I pick which movie I'm going to be watching next. The next one is a PayPal recommendation / donation that came from actually a new friend of mine and a new donator to this channel, Susie, who recommended Gods of Egypt. The words "fuck you" come to mind. Of course, I'm kidding, Susie. I greatly appreciate your donation, and I've actually wanted to see this film because I remember when it came out, I want to say it was like 2017 or 2018, and just everyone just panned the thing, said it was the worst thing ever. And I built it up in my mind of it being just this glorious piece of shit. And when you give me a glorious piece of shit, I can't help but look at it. Almost to the point where I'm thinking, how could it be as bad as people say it is? It's Egyptian gods, a bunch of white people being Egyptian, and I know a couple, like the gods themselves are like CGI humongous, like Hagrid from Harry Potter, and the humans are like normal size. I remember seeing the trailer and thinking, wow, that looks pretty dumb. I have never seen it before, so I'm actually excited to check it out to see what all of the fuss is about, even though I'm sure a lot of people have forgotten it. If any of you have recommendations of films that you want me to review on here, you can make a PayPal donation on the main page of my YouTube channel. Any size donation will do. Just attach your movie recommendation with your donation, and if I have access to it, I will watch it, review it, give you a shout out on the channel, and get my review of it published as quickly as I possibly can. So guys, if you've seen Source Code, what did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before and you stumbled across because of this video, then comment below, let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you see here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell. See you on the next time I'm releasing my next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time with my review of Gods of Egypt. So in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.